Now at 5:30 on Newswatch.
Athens County is making it easier for you to recycle old tires.
Ohio is gearing up for the Super Tuesday election tomorrow.
And in sports, Ohio men's and women's basketball had big weekends.
Broadcasting live from WOUB TV in Athens. This is Newswatch.
Athens County is trying to get rid of a health problem and make the county more attractive. Good evening, everyone. I'm Alyssa Hansen.
And I'm Rachel Hoops. But first, the Highway Patrol says an accident has closed both lanes of US 33 north of Nelsonville. A detour has been established for State Route 328 and State Route 56. The accident involved a truck, and a dispatcher says diesel fuel was spilled. And now back to our top story. In order to combat disease and make the area look nicer, the county is now offering a free tire drop-off at the Waterloo Fire Department. The program is organized by the Sheriff's Office and the Health Department. It is sponsored by a grant through the Ohio Department of Natural Resources. A tire collecting company will recycle the tires and use them for playgrounds and high school tracks. Athens County Sheriff Pat Kelly says they are hoping to collect at least 50,000 tires this year. The program started 2 years ago to prevent car owners from dumping tires illegally and to protect the environment.
We have mosquito problems in Athens County, West Nile virus, so these tires are not going to be lay there, collect water, and allow mosquitoes to breed and therefore carry these diseases. So environmentally, it's a very, very good program.
The tire drop-off program started today and will last all week before moving to York Township next week. The program ends in June.
2 Washington County men are behind bars today after, according to Sheriff Larry Minks, one of the largest seizures of black tar heroin in the county. Minks says officers arrested Jeffrey Braun and Clarence Cage Jr. on Friday. Police witnessed an alleged drug transaction in a shopping center parking lot. Officers say Cage had more than $4,000 with him, and Braun was in possession of 38 grams of black tar heroin. Cage is charged with trafficking in heroin, and Braun is charged with possession of heroin and a prior count of trafficking in heroin. 2 Cabell County women are in jail after police say they left 6 children alone while they were under the influence of drugs and alcohol. West Virginia State Police troopers say they found Ashley Luker passed out while she was supposed to be watching the children. Officers have charged Luker and the children's mother, Amber Turner, with child neglect. Police say Turner left her children with Luker, knowing she was under the influence. According to authorities, Luker passed out after taking Xanax and drinking alcohol.
Hocking College representatives returned to the bargaining table today to meet with an employee union. The groups are trying to create a new contract since the old one for the Hocking College Sports Staff Union formally expired last summer. Failure to resolve these differences could result in a strike. The union leadership is authorized to call a walkout if no progress is made in negotiations. The latest polls suggest a close presidential primary in Ohio tomorrow. A survey released today shows 34% of likely Republican voters plan to vote for Mitt Romney. Rick Santorum would get 31% of the votes. Just last week, Santorum was ahead by 7 points. Of course, this is a statewide poll, so we wanted to find out what people in Athens have to say. So we interviewed several people on Court Street and the Ohio University campus.
I think that one's hard to decide. I don't know. There's probably Athens won't have a lot to say about it since there's not too many Republicans in Athens, but yeah, I think it'll be close.
Very honestly, I kind of filter things as they come through, but I'll probably go home tonight and really take a serious look and make final decisions on what I'm going to do tomorrow.
I honestly think they're both idiots. Can I say that? That's how I feel. Yeah, and I'm not going to vote for either one of them.
10 states are going to vote in the primaries tomorrow on this so-called Super Tuesday. The Ohio primary is the most anticipated of them because we're considered a swing state.
Welcome to the Newswatch Weather Center. I'm Alex George. Currently in Athens, it is 34 degrees with winds coming from the south at about 7 miles per hour. We have some possible strong gusts of up to 17 miles per hour. Our humidity is at 67% and our pressure is remaining steady. Across the region, the conditions are about the same. It's 33 degrees in Columbus, 38 degrees in Ashland, and 38 degrees in Huntington. Tomorrow is going to be a great day as we have a high pressure system moving our way. It's going to be a little bit chilly in the morning, 33 degrees at 9 a.m., but by 3 p.m. it's going to be 54 degrees. So Alyssa and Rachel, make sure you guys get outside and enjoy the weather. We're going to have a week full of great weather.
We'll look forward to it. Thanks, Alex.
Yep.
Severe storms swept across the country on Friday, and several towns in Ohio saw the damage and destruction up close. Moscow in southwestern Ohio was hit especially hard by a tornado. The storm demolished houses and trees. The National Weather Service declared the storm in southwestern Ohio an EF3 tornado with winds up to 165 miles an hour. One resident died and 2 others were hurt. Many residents hid in their homes until the storm passed, but could still see the chaos outside.
So we went into the cellar, so we were fortunate. We were on Broadway. We were not hit as hard as everyone else. But then as soon as we came out, you could see the devastation. It was tremendous.
Governor John Kasich visited both Moscow and hard-hit Bethel after the storms were over. Kasich described the area looking like a bomb went off.
The second funeral service for one of the 3 Chardon shooting victims took place this afternoon. A wake was held for 16-year-old Demetrius Hewlin, and his formal funeral will be held tomorrow. Services for 16-year-old Daniel Permentor were held on Saturday, and 17-year-old Russell King Jr. services will take place later this week. 2 other students were hurt in the shooting at Chardon High School last Monday. 17-year-old shooting suspect TJ Lane has been charged with aggravated murder, attempted aggravated murder, and felonious assault. Lane's hearing will begin next Tuesday. Funeral services will begin tomorrow for 3 young women from Bowling Green State University who were killed in a car crash. A wrong-way driver slammed into the car carrying the women on Friday. The women were part of a group driving to the airport for a spring break trip to the Dominican Republic. Police say the wrong-way driver was 69-year-old Winifred Line, who was also killed. Line supposedly drove the wrong way down the highway for nearly 7 miles before the collision. Police say there was nothing the women could have done to avoid the crash.
Gas prices are at a 26-day high in the country, and Ohio drivers are feeling the pain at the pump. According to Auto Club AAA, Ohio gas is now, on average, $3.74 a gallon. That's up 8 cents from just last week. This time last year, drivers were paying around $3.47, and that was considered high. Analysts believe new gas price records will be set since prices continue to increase. Industry experts say prices are so high because of disputes over Iran's nuclear program, possibly leading to supply interruptions.
The group integrating professionals for Appalachian children will try to improve maternal and child health in the region.
Coming up, we'll talk with the president of the group.
And the results of the presidential elections in Russia are causing controversy around the world. Next on Newswatch. Communities across the South and Midwest continue to assess the damage done by the tornadoes from the weekend. Dozens died in the storms, and many communities are grieving over the ones they lost. CNN reporter Chris Welch is in Henryville, Indiana, one of the hardest hit parts of the country.
A fresh blanket of snow covers debris left by a violent storm outbreak that hit Henryville, Indiana. Like many communities across the South and Midwest, residents here are just beginning to pick up the pieces.
I know we have to go forward, and wherever that road takes, we'll soon find out.
2 tornadoes hit the town, including a powerful EF4 with winds of up to 200 miles per hour.
God, we gotta get in the house.
The storm destroyed homes and businesses and struck a school complex. Henryville was in the path of a powerful storm system that unleashed at least 42 tornadoes across 10 states Friday. In a nearby town, an entire family of 5 was killed. 14-month-old Angel Babcock was taken off life support Sunday.
We've been through a lot, everything, anything anyone can imagine.
As the focus turns to helping the survivors, National Guard troops have been deployed in Indiana and Kentucky, while Good Samaritans are donating what they can.
When something like this happens, everybody wants to help, pull together to help each other out, and that's what it's all about.
Indiana State Police say they have no idea how many people were left homeless, but it's clear residents here and across the country face a long road to recovery. President Obama this weekend called the governors of the states affected by these tornadoes, pledging to offer federal assistance if needed. And on that same note, FEMA will be on the ground today assessing damage. Reporting from Henryville, Indiana, I'm Chris Welch.
42 tornadoes hit 5 states on Friday. Death and injured numbers are still coming in, and hundreds are now homeless until they can repair the damage left by the storms.
The situation in Syria continues to grow worse as opposition activists say 4 people were killed in today's fighting. Activists say government forces have been targeting 3 main areas in the country. They say altogether 62 people were killed yesterday. The deadly battle is being further complicated by the arrival of radical Islamist fighters. Activists say these fighters could gain traction quickly since there is little outside help and a lack of central command. The government is reporting more suicide bombers than usual, a trend they hope to stop. The UN's nuclear watchdog agency is trying to figure out its next move in the stalemate over Iran's nuclear program. Today, Western diplomats push for a strong resolution to condemn the country. But that won't happen without Chinese and Russian support. The head of the UN agency says Tehran's refusal to allow inspections makes it impossible to know if the program is peaceful, as Iran claims.
Russia's election commission says Vladimir Putin won more than 64% of the vote in yesterday's presidential election. His closest opponent scored 17%, which means there won't be a runoff. Opposition leaders have accused Putin's supporters of rigging the vote in some polling places. They're calling for protesters to take to the streets. The past year has been challenging for Japan as the country has been dealing with tsunami reconstruction, a record trade deficit, and a huge national debt. Just a year after the disaster in Japan, parts of the country still look like the earthquake hit yesterday. But the younger generation is stepping up and heading to the hard-hit areas that need them the most. People in their 20s and 30s are part of a reverse migration, which is returning to destroyed communities.
A $350,000 grant to an Athens group will be used to improve maternal and child health in southeastern Ohio. Integrating Professionals for Appalachian Children, or IPAC, is focusing on the problem of low-weight births. IPAC President Jane Hamill-Lambert joins us now in our studio. Thank you so much for being here this evening.
Thank you for inviting us.
Now, IPAC was recently awarded a $350,000 grant. That's a lot of money. How will you use it?
Yeah, we were delighted to be selected. Governor Kasich and his Office of Health Transformation identified IPAC in Southeast Ohio to be the recipient of funds to improve birth outcomes for pregnant women in our region. So we will use the money to build a regional coordinating program for women at high risk and hope we will improve our birth outcomes for our young moms.
Now you're in the planning stages of this, correct? It's not implemented yet.
We're not delivering services yet. No, we're planning on how best to coordinate the resources. The project involves our group, Partners for Kids, which is an accountable care organization at Nationwide Children's, and an existing program, the CHAP program in Richland County, which is Mansfield, Ohio. They've already done some of this work, so they're going to teach us how to do it here. And all together, we expect to have great success.
So it sounds like you'll have good role models to look to as you go through this process.
Yeah, it's a nice example of a program that's been very successful in one community being translated down to another.
Now, when exactly are you looking to have this implemented, this program?
The money will hopefully be in place in employing community health workers to do outreach with pregnant moms by early summer, possibly sooner. So, and then we have a full year to design and implement services.
How exactly, you touched on it a little bit, but how exactly will you go about delivering these services to mothers?
One thing IPAC's historically been concerned about is that as an organization, we really support collaboration among agencies and service deliverers in the region. So we're going to use the funds to subcontract with existing agencies and their staff to deliver what are called care coordination services to expectant moms. And then those agencies will report data centrally back to IPAC, and then we'll be able to evaluate the program.
Why are these services so important, especially to expectant mothers in our area and then in general, too?
I would say that the healthcare system in general is starting to really consider the importance of delivering supportive services to really many populations, not just pregnant women, but there's there's evidence that says if we pay attention to all the needs women have, not just their physical health needs, their behavioral health needs, their social services needs, that outcomes are better for the pregnant women themselves and their babies.
All right. Well, Jane Hamill-Lambert, thank you so much for being here this evening, and good luck with your project.
Thank you, Alyssa.
And on Wall Street today, stocks cut heavy losses from this morning to finish only slightly in the negative. Stocks took that hit today because of market losses in international markets and rising gas prices due to the tensions with Iran.
Coming up on Newswatch, we'll talk about a high-pressure system coming our way that's going to bring clear skies and warm weather, a chance for showers later in the week, and we'll take a look at the rest of my extended forecast. Stay tuned. Currently in Athens, it's 34 degrees with winds at 7 miles per hour coming from the south. We're not going to see any more snow this evening, because we have a high pressure system moving our way, and that's going to bring clear skies throughout the evening and warmer temperatures for tomorrow. But right now in Athens it's 34 degrees, in Columbus it's 33 degrees, and in Ashland it's 38 degrees. For tomorrow, because of that high pressure system, it's going to be a really great day. It's going to be a little bit chilly in the morning, so make sure you grab a coat if you're headed out to work or school. But by 3 p.m. it's going to be 54 degrees and sunny. Overnight tonight, it's going to be 24 degrees with clear skies and cool temperatures with winds coming from the south at about 5 miles per hour. Across the region, we have conditions that are about the same: 22 degrees in Ashland, 24 degrees in Columbus, and 20 degrees in Athens. There are possible chance for clouds in some regions, but everywhere else it's going to be pretty clear. Now, as you can see, for tomorrow, we have this high pressure system that's in the Carolinas, and that's definitely going to be dominating our weather. For the next couple days, it's going to bring us clear skies and warm temperatures. For tomorrow, it's going to be a really great day. 53 degrees in Columbus, 58 degrees in Ashland, and 55 degrees in Athens. And it's going to be sunny all day, so get out and enjoy it. Like I said, tomorrow, 9 a.m., 33 degrees, so grab a coat. It's going to be kind of chilly, but by the evening, sunny and warm temperatures. You're not going to see any of that snow that we had today. Now, looking at Wednesday, it's going to be even warmer. 63 degrees in Columbus, 67 degrees in Ashland, and 68 in Athens. It's going to be a really great day, and our temperatures are definitely above average. Clear skies again. Now today it was 39 degrees for our high and 23 for our low. The average is about 50 degrees for the high and 30 degrees for the low. The record for the high was 84 degrees in 1983 and 0 degrees in 1987. The sun rose this morning at 6:54, and the sun will set here shortly at 6:25. Looking at our 7-day outlook, it looks like a relatively nice week. On Tuesday, 55 degrees. Looking into Wednesday, definitely really warm temperatures and clear skies. On Thursdays, there's a chance for possible showers, but that's even after 2 p.m., so it's still going to be a nice day for the most part. So after this wild weekend of thunderstorms and snow, this is a relatively calm week.
It's unbelievable how amazing 67 and 71 I think you had on there, and sunny looks compared to what we just had this past weekend, or at least yesterday and then today.
Absolutely. I know I wore my winter coat out this morning, and tomorrow it looks like I'll be heading out with no coat.
It felt like January almost today, and then we have temperatures in the 70s on Sunday, so
Absolutely.
Can't help but look forward to those. Thanks a lot, Alex.
Yep.
Now over to the hardwood. It looks like the combo is going to get to see a little more basketball action this weekend, but it's not so much college ball, is it, Glenn?
Yeah, Ohio, they're finished with their home games for this year, but Nelsonville, York, they're the only basketball team still playing in the state tournament from Athens County. And Ohio Wrestling will have 3 representatives in the NCAA championships. Next on Newswatch. The Nelsonville York Buckeyes are playing for an appearance in the district finals when they continue their playoff run tonight against Lucasville Valley. The Buckeyes face one of their toughest opponents of the season in a 17-4 Indian squad that has been in and out of the top 10 in the state all year. Included on Valley's impressive resume is a 15-game winning streak they had earlier this season. Both teams had no problem taking care of business in their sectional finals, beating their foes by double digits. Tip-off is at 7:15 at the Convocation Center. Another team ready to make a postseason push is Ohio's men's basketball squad. Bobcats beat Miami on Saturday 63-54 to clinch the 3 seed and, more importantly, a 2-round bye in the MAC tournament. With the bye, Ohio gets to rest until Thursday night when they play in Cleveland. Saturday's victory was also a big game for Ohio point guard DJ Cooper. The junior notched 4 assists to break the school record for most career assists, passing Dennis Whitaker's mark of 651. Cooper was also Ohio's leading scorer with 14 points. Bobcats finished the regular season with 24 wins, the most since the 1994-95 season. Ohio has a chance at tying the school record with 25 wins when they play in the MAC quarterfinals Thursday.
Well, we're hoping we can play our best basketball of the year at conference tournament time. That's what every coach wants. And, we've won 5 of our last 6. I think we're playing some good basketball. We got to clean up a couple things heading into the tournament. And, I think we'll have a shot. You got a chance, and that's all you can ask.
The first round of the MAC tournament kicks off tonight with first-round games being played at campus sites. Miami-Toledo and Central Michigan Bowling Green are the 2 matchups Ohio is paying the most attention to. The winners of those games will face off for the chance to take on Ohio in the quarterfinals. While the men's tournament is just getting started, the women's MAC tournament is in full swing. Ohio beat Kent State 58-40 at the Convo Saturday to advance to the second round. A fierce defense that forced 23 turnovers and gave up only 8 first-half points powered the Bobcats to victory. Tanisha Benson led the way like she has all season with a team-high 14 points and 14 rebounds. Bobcats now travel to Cleveland for the 2nd straight year, where they face 5th-seeded Central Michigan. The Chippewas won their only matchup with the Bobcats 67-53 back in January. Ohio wrestling competed at the MAC championships yesterday and saw 3 wrestlers qualify for nationals. Redshirt sophomore Jeremy Johnson defeated Kent State's Brendan Barlow 4-2 to win the heavyweight division. Senior Nick Perdue got his first MAC title when he won a thrilling match against Eastern Michigan's Philip Joseph 12-10 in the 174 weight class. And the most surprising result, unseeded sophomore Ryan Geringer pinned Kent State's Casey Newberg to place 3rd in the 184-pound weight class. All 3 of those wrestlers will be competing at the national tournament in St. Louis in 2 weeks. Now on to the diamond, where freshman pitcher Lauren McClary had a huge weekend for Ohio softball. The Bobcats went 2-3 at the Georgia Bulldog Invitational, with McClary getting both wins with no hitters. On Friday, McClary threw 5 shutout innings to give Ohio a mercy-shortened win over Rutgers 9-0. The freshman righty returned to the mound yesterday for a similar 9-0 win against Cleveland State. McClary struck out 7 Viking batters to improve her record to 4-5 on the year. Ohio baseball was also in action this weekend, splitting their 4 games at the Davidson tournament. After losing their first game to the host Wildcats, Ohio won their next 2 by a combined score of 15-7. The Bobcats finished up the weekend with a heartbreaking loss to Presbyterian in 14 innings, 11-10. Gabe Grammer hit a walk-off home run for the Blue Hose and dropped Ohio to 3-7 on the season. Ohio plays their home opener tomorrow against West Virginia. Ohio runner Julia Curso continues to smash any and all records. The sophomore set new school, MAC, and course records at the Alex Wilson Invitational on Friday. Her winning time of 15 minutes, 58 seconds in the 5K broke the Mayo track record by 4 seconds. It was also 7 seconds faster than her previous personal best. Curso now sits 12th in the nation, which is good enough to run in the NCAA championships in Nampa, Idaho this Friday. Another Ohio athlete was good enough to qualify for the NCAA championships. Sophomore swimmer Lauren Williams will be competing in the 500 freestyle and 1650 freestyle March 15th and 17th at Auburn University. Williams set school records in both events earlier this year. So, ladies, it looks like Ohio's got plenty of athletes going on to the national championships this year.
Well, we'll see about that. Hopefully the men's team can get there too. Thanks, Glenn.
Thanks.
And stay tuned tonight on WOUB.
Here's a look at what's coming up next on your public television station.
With Super Tuesday polls opening in just over 12 hours, registered voters all over the nation are preparing to submit their ballot tomorrow, including those registered voters with 4 legs and fur. That's right, in New Mexico, one Albuquerque resident admits that he registered his dog as a voter. But why? Well, just to see how easy it was to be falsely registered to vote. The dog's owner could face charges of voter fraud, but he says he will take any responsibility for his actions.
And Alex George joins us now with a brief look at our final weather for this evening and the rest of the week.
Well, as we have a high pressure system moving in tonight, and so it's going to bring us great weather for tomorrow. Across the region, we're going to have similar conditions, 53 degrees in Columbus, 55 degrees in Athens, and then throughout the week we might have some rain on Thursday, but the rest of the week looks sunny and warm.
Sounds good. Thanks, Alex. And that does it for our broadcast on this 5th of March, 2012. Thanks for watching. For Alex George, Glenn Janos, and Rachel Hoops, I'm Alyssa Hansen.
You can get the latest news and weather on the WOUB Radio Network, and you can view our program anytime online at WOUB.org. Have a great night.